and girls, Miss Amanda. I've come to join you outside today so we can learn about planting. We've already talked about the seeds and we've talked about the roots. So now it's time for us to actually plant. So the different seeds that we looked at yesterday, I have saved some, so we're going to put them into pots and plant them. So we have our different seeds here, and I've got a pot for each one of ours. Now they're in two separate piles because I'm separating them out. I'm separating them out from the vegetable plants and the flower plants. Now, what did our story tell us today that we needed, how do the roots grow? They grow in the ground, so we'll need what? We'll need dirt, and then we put the seeds in the dirt. You're right, boys and girls. So the first thing we're gonna do is I'm going to, uh-oh, my pumpkin seeds are blowing away. Let me get them. There we go. So first thing we're gonna need is, like we talked about, we're going to need dirt. So I'm gonna reach over here with my handy dandy potting soil. And I'm gonna get a scoop of potting soil. Now, that looks like a lot of dirt for this little bitty thing, doesn't it? So I'm gonna use my smaller shovel to get the dirt out of here, to fill it up. So the first thing we're going to plant is, the 4 o'clock seeds. Does anybody remember why they're called 4 o'clock? Right, because they come out in the evening time. So I'm gonna put my dirt, I'm gonna put a little bit of dirt in the bottom of my pot. Then I'm gonna find my 4 o'clock seeds. Here they are, right, and they're black. And then I'm gonna put my 4 o'clock seeds into the pot. There they go. In the pot they are. And then now I'm going to cover it up with more dirt so they can grow. And there's our 4 o'clock seeds. We're going to put them here. The next is our sunflowers. Now, does anybody remember what the sunflower seeds look like? They said those were seeds that we could what? That we could eat. Here's our sunflower seeds. But we said these ones were dried out, so they probably wouldn't be safe to eat. So again, I've got my pot. I'm gonna put a little bit of dirt in the bottom, so you're right, so it can grow our roots. Then I'm gonna put the sunflower seeds in here. Got my sunflower seeds. I'm gonna put them in my hand this time. And then I'm gonna put them in my dirt. Can we see that, boys and girls? And then what are we going to do now? We're gonna put more dirt in it so the flowers can grow. Dirt's kind of messy, so that's why we came outside to help with our garden. Now our next one, that is our flowers, are our marigolds. Does anybody remember what those seeds kind of look like? What did Miss Amanda say they felt like to her? You're right, the feathers. They were kind of the soft seeds. So I've got my dirt again, and I'm gonna find my marigold seeds. Here they are. See, they kind of look like feathers in the bag, don't they? I'm gonna take my marigold seeds. Ooh, and they're nice and soft seeds. I'm gonna put them in my dirt. And then like we did with the other two, we're gonna put more dirt on top of them. Covered them just like that. Now our other seeds, we're gonna have to do something with these called, we're gonna have to plant them because because they won't be able to grow in these little pots. So after they sprout, like it said, comes out of the dirt, then we'll have to move them to a bigger pot so they can grow. So our first one is, our story of Jamie with our pumpkin seeds. And do we remember how long it said the pumpkins to grow? It was a long number. You're right, 120 days. So that's why the farmers are growing them now. My seeds are running away. Oh no, let me get them. The wind is blowing. But that's okay. So I've got my pumpkin seeds and my watermelon. That pumpkin just doesn't want to be planted, does he? He keeps running away. Silly pumpkin seeds. So what I'm going to do with my pumpkin seeds is I have lots of dirt already in here. So I'm going to take my pumpkin seeds and I'm just going to push them down into the dirt so they can grow and cover them up. Then I'm going to put a little bit more dirt on the top. So we've got our flower seeds at the front. Then we've got our fruit and vegetable trays in the back. So we have two more. So which one do we want to do first? Do we want to do the peas or the watermelon? Oh, the watermelon. Let's do the watermelon. So like everything else, we're going to take our dirt, we're going to put a little bit in the bottom so it can grow our roots like we said. Put those in there. And then with our watermelons, they grow on the vines too, like the pumpkins. So once they sprout, we'll have to put them somewhere else so they can grow. And so we can eat them. So we have our small watermelon seeds. So I'm going to do these like I did the pumpkins. I'm going to stick them in the dirt. See, they're in the dirt. And I'm going to push them down so they can grow good roots in that soil. And put just a little bit more on the top. And one final plant, we have the peas. Now our story said that these were soft peas and they were safe to eat. You're right. So we're going to do those like we did our other vegetables. We're going to put lots of dirt in here. Then we're going to take our pea plant. These kind of look like the peas that you would eat, but they're all dried up. So that means they don't have any water in them. So they can't grow just yet. So we're going to take the peas, stick them in the dirt. See? They stick out in the dirt because they're green. We're going to push them in. And then we're going to put more dirt on top of them. Now, boys and girls, we have one final step. Does anybody remember what they said the seeds need to grow? Water! Very good. So I have my watering canister, and I'm going to put water on each one of my grow. Now, I don't want to put too much water because then it'll get muddy and it won't grow. So just a little bit. Watch. Water, water helps my plants grow. And you're right, I have them in this tray so that the water, if the water comes out, it'll stay in the tray so it won't go everywhere. That's why we go and plant and garden outside. Because if we want dirt in our house, no. And what's one last thing? The water and what helps them grow? You're right, the sun. So I'm going to take my garden and I'm going to put them in the sun so they can grow. I'm going to put them down here. They're not going to stay right here because they'll fall. So I'm going to put them down here so they'll still get the sun. Boys and girls, I hope you can go outside and help plant things. Have a good day.